See that? Just a few plucks. And I already have a nice bunch of moringa to do what I want with it. Fire, bro. Fire. You could even feed moringa itself as fertilizer. Fuel, bro. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Just grow them in bunches like this. You know? Look at this one. And then you just transplant them and put them something bigger. And you just keep harvesting. So I got some of the moringa endless harvesting right here on these racks right here. And then I got these hanging. I got so much of it. I just wanted them air dry. You know, after rinsing them off. Yeah. Pura moringa. 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 No mames. Hacha. Y luego acá también, mira. Es pura moringa. So I hang it just for about an hour to air dry really good on its own. And then I bring it inside for the 24-hour dry. Moringa. Oh, look at these pods growing. Moringa. Got a whole bunch of flowers. There's all moringa fertilizer everywhere. So let's go along one more time before we bounce. Yeah, how bomb this moringa is. Nice and dark green. It's already drying. I'm about to take them off the racks right now. Look at this. Look at this. Nice and dark. Beautiful. There's moringa. Rinsed all of that right here. And I got that pile of seeds right there. We gotta harvest. We gotta package and put in the bin. So I noticed that when you hang the moringa to dry like cannabis, it curls up a little bit and makes it a little more difficult to remove them from their stems. But it's really not that big of a difference. These have been laying flat, see? So they're easier to just, let me see if I can do it with one hand. See that? Let's just come off completely off the stem. And the ones that I hung will do the same thing, but they just crumble up a little more. They curl up, but other than that, there's really not that big of a difference. You can dry them either way, hanging them or on a rack. I'm losing track here. So what we're gonna do is gonna plant some. These are like a few days old and they sprouted already. See? So what I do with moringa is I put them in a cup, any cup, some warm water, 24 hours, no more than 48 hours, because they will rot. They start getting a nice little smell to them. See how they're there? I just spread them. You can put them anywhere. You can make a little 2x2, 2x4, 4x4, 20x20, 10x10, whatever. I just put them where I had some old strawberries maybe a few years ago, and I had some bunching onions in there as well once upon a time. So what we do, this has been sitting maybe like for 30 hours in this cup. So what I do, I'll just grab them with my hand instead of spreading them out with the cup unevenly. I'll try to do my best to spread them out. This is recycled dirt, but I got the good stuff in there already, some mycorrhizal. We'll add some azels in it to get the roots going. That little baby beetle out the way. So yeah, see that? You're gonna get to see what that's gonna look like. See that? Maybe there's some missing right there. Still got a whole bunch of moringa seeds right here. So survival of the fittest in this bitch. Whoever makes it, makes it. I usually get 75% and up. Usually in the high 80s, mid 80s, low 90s sometimes, survival rate. Some might live, some might not make it. The nature of things that are alive is to not want to fucking die. So here we go. We'll do a quick little prayer. And a moment of silence. And we'll cover them. So you just cover them lightly, maybe to like right there, and they'll come out. It's nice and warm right now. God's new year has started. Spring, baby. Even though they love the summer, spring is just good enough. If you're in a cold area, you can always use a heat mat and bring these little bad girls to life. See that? I'm gonna make my little concoction and just cover them. I also got some sand, like a sand mixture to put over them, you know. And it already has sand in there too. So we shall see. All these are moringas as well. All these. It's just the stems either died off or they're gonna get new growth. And I cut their heads off, me personally. These are just, this is an example of what comes out in a few days. So I'm expecting at least 50% in the high 70s, 80s, I dare say. But we'll see in a few days. Less than 10 days. What's the date today? At least one of them's got to come out. But that ain't going to happen. I hear I planted like 30 seeds. And so far we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 of them are coming out, or 9. That's a good number, 9. That's not bad so far. Like I said, see, these stems are dying off, but that's about where it stops. Even if it doesn't start growing some let me focus, some leaves or shoots, some leaders off the sides, a new stem will come out of the tuber, meaning the root itself from the bottom. You know, I should show you so you can see what I'm talking about. But if you know, you know. This one, perfect example. This one used to be all the way up here, probably taller, you know, but it's been getting neglected inside there. He wants to get transplanted. He wants to go on the ground. He wants to spread his wings. He wants to grow legs, man. He wants to get huge. But see, we give these away, sell these, you know, tell people about this beautiful tree. See, but I'm letting all this dry. I'm not talking too much. So let me go over here and cover this up real quick with my special mix. And then we'll go. Look at this moringa right here. Beautiful, right? Just waiting for it to start blooming out of there. We're gonna cut this one and that one over there. Bam, like that. Like so. I shall be back. See, so I already covered half of this with my little mixture. And there's the other half. Just cover it. You know, as long as you don't use really thick things that the seeds or the little sprout can't push out. They're pretty strong though, man. They'll push out. They'll grow. Just give it a few days. You know, can add a little more dirt over the seeds. You know, be generous. You don't have to be scared. They're not gonna drown. They're not gonna die. You soak them for a good 24 hours, no more than 48 hours. You know, bam. And then just what I like to do is get the water hose and put it on the shower. And that's it. Do it a little better, you know. Make sure that it gets spread out evenly, but you get the picture. Yep, West Coast. We're gonna wait a few days and we're gonna see for them. We're gonna wait for them, because they will. Remember, do a nice little prayer for them and let God Almighty, Yahweh, provide. There we go. In the name of Yeshua, the Almighty. Amen. Look at them now. These are all moringas. There's easily 50 sprouting, but there's over 200 in there. I have to thin them out. Look at these. Got a lot of them, man. Got some right here. Going right there. Oh, look at this little bundle right here. It's over 10 of them growing, all in a little pot. See? Yeah. We got a whole bunch of moringas. A lot of them. We got some growing. See how the stem died off? But it's coming out of there. Yes, sir.
12 days later.
Early in the morning, around 6:45. This is the way they look now. After just a few days. So people always ask me, how do you always have enough moringa for you to be able to make capsules and powder and tea? In order to have an abundance, is you gotta plant them by the hundreds. And what I did here, I planted well over 1,000 seeds. Moringa. Look, I just come, these are already yellowing because I haven't came fast enough to harvest them. See, I got new ones sprouting out. So what I have here is what's called the Sea of Green. They're here in all stages. You know, these right here, believe it or not, that are in here, and some of them haven't came out, are from the winter time, and they're popping out. They're coming back with a vengeance. Some little purple stems on them. That's just, this one right here is probably the same age as the one down there. only because I neglected it and it conserved itself underground. Look at that. I have so many moringas. If you look under there, it's a whole bunch of them growing under there, right? These are all moringas right here. Look at this one. Been neglecting. It's just growing tall and scrawny. I could just chop his head and it'll come right back. Let's start looking like this little pretty girl right here. Look at her. We have more moringas down there too, growing under there all by themselves. See that? Different stages. Even this one right here, sprouting from different areas, all because I've never topped it. But endless microgreens, endless. Got more over here. Check it out. Look at the ones that are growing right here with this olive tree. Pure moringas. I've gone overboard. I had these moringa seeds, about maybe 100, 150 seeds, soaking in this Hello Kitty cup for about 72 hours. My intention is to just let it soak for 24 hours, 48 hours at the most, but it went 3 days. So I put it around this little olive tree that we just transplanted a few days ago from a 4-gallon bucket into a trash can. It's like a 25, 30-gallon bucket or something, maybe 32. So I got to cover all that. We'll in a trash can.
12 days
and you know,
later.
During the cold, they stay down there and stayed nice and warm, and the trash can acts as a barrier. It is a barrier, you know, it's a wall. And now that summer is coming, and we're at the end of spring, summertime's here, right? They're gonna thrive, and they need to be taken out. Including that little one right there growing with these mulberries. And these are all clones from the OG mulberry trees in a trash can. Look at this pomegranate in a trash can. Everything's in trash cans here, or little containers. You know, we got more moringas right here. So my point is that you could always have endless of whatever you have if you plant them by the hundreds. This little bucket right here, this little 1 gallon has been neglected, but these moringas don't want to die. They want to come out. It's their time now. So I need to be harvesting them, topping their heads so they can get bushier. Same thing for all of these. You gotta cut their heads off once they get to a certain height, you know? Yep. Like this moringa right here, for instance. If I wanted it to be even bushier, you trim it down all the way down here, bam, and more arms will come out from those little spores right here. You see that? Those have potential to be stems like these. They all want to become main leaders, you know? Check it out. Can you see that chopped up stem right there? I cut it. Let me show you. I cut it right there where my pinky's at. Bam! See that? And from that, two arms came out actually. That one coming this way, and then this one down here shooting this way. And then if I was to top the tip of those two, boom and boom, I could do it with my pinky if I wanted. 2 more will come out. We'll have 4. And that's what happened over here. It all started as 1 stem. I cut the head and 2 came out, right? And then I cut it down there again. But I have videos on this.